Hi, hello, how you all doing? Kama bwanji, kama choma bwanji, kama chitika bwanji kuma kwanuko. But then it's time, it is time. Hello. Kaya muli bwanji, kaya mwachoma bwanji, kaya mchitika bwanji, kaya. So, I haven't done this in a very, very long time. So because I haven't done it in a long time, I should take a bit of time for people to come and pop up. And also, please, do me a favor. Because what I'm about to do today, I should have done a long time ago. So do me a favor and tag as many people as you can, because you don't want to narrate this story to someone. Come and see, come and hear for yourself. Okay? What I'm gonna do today, I should have done a long time ago, but I needed to be in the right space of mind, be with the right emotions, so that when I'm delivering, I am not biased. As I'm telling this story, I'm not biased to anybody that took part in the story, and I'm not unfair to anyone. Okay? So, lelo nazileta. Brought myself, and the reason I've brought myself here is because I truly have a thing I need to address. Okay? So, what I want to address is my journey in America. How I came here, how I have been living, and everything in between. So this is that story. This is my version of that story you've been wanting to hear. And everybody told their side of this story. Everybody that was involved came up on their lives, used their phones, used their platforms, and narrated their versions of this story. But I have never come here and narrated my version of what happened for me to come to America, for me to be in America, and all. So Sunu Damba, you know what? It is time. And so here's a disclaimer. Whatever role you played in my life, in enabling my coming to America, I will narrate. So in an event that you don't like what I will say about you, in an event that you won't like the light I will shed on your role, bear in mind that that's the role you chose to play. It's not my fault that in Zakamba vamene ni Zakamba bali iwe. In the vamene ni Zakamba ni vamene vinachitika. Iwe ngati una problem wamene niza kuchisira describe. So if I'm either you're going to be a villain in my story, you're going to be a joke in my story, a joker or a clown, you're going to be an angel, that's all dependent on the role that you played. And silence. If something happens and someone chooses to be silent, silence does not amount to a guilty conscience. Silence does not amount to what's being said to be true. Sometimes one needs to be silent. Yeah. So where are we starting from? It's the year 2022. Okay? It's the year 2022, and I'm at the peak of my career. I am a renowned fashion designer who's never gone for fashion training. My fashion training was my sewing was me being self-taught. So I'm at the peak of my career. I'm living in my own house, which is a studio. Everything is going okay. A customer comes and says, hey, I'm getting married. My husband is going to be wearing a siziba. I need you to make me an outrageous dress. Okay? So that's where we're beginning this story from. I'm going to dedicate this whole period, this whole life, this whole storytelling to Mainga, myself. Okay, so this is for me. I'm doing this for Mainga. And I'm going to call this vlog, this video, this live, whatever you want to call it, as the journey. My journey. So, the journey 2024, my truth. So here's my truth. In 2022, I made a dress. A very, 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 very beautiful dress. And I call it beautiful because I made it with the best of my ability. I made it with the best of my skill. Kunali bekuti ndani antandize ndani chani nazipangira nika. Naipanga dress ya yellow na green, which was a rare combination of colors. Muna boyera pa social media pa their kitchen party yake uja. Muna seka. Oh, you laughed. You laughed so hard. You laughed at me. You laughed at my talent. You laughed at my capabilities. You laughed. And because you laughed, it should have discouraged me and it should have made me stop sewing. At that very moment, nzofunika nareka noreka na kutunga. Kambaka kuti kuseka kwa mimi mwenze munaseka. Kunali kuseka kukulu maningi. Kunali kuseka kukulu maningi kwa mimi munabwela maseka kucha. But instead, it was the beginning of the story I'm about to narrate. So, someone got in touch with me that I didn't know on Facebook. They DM'd me and said, no, on Instagram. They DM'd me and said, hey Mainga, how are you doing? Naona bantu wakuseka dress ya mina wapanga yellow ija. And I just want to encourage you and tell you that you're very talented. This was a Zambian based in America. I just want you to know that you're very talented and I believe in you. And I may or may not have a connection with Fashion Week. And I think with your sense of fashion and the things that you make, ungawami no chita take part in Fashion Week. But let me see what I can do. That's how we became online friends. We switched to video call. We saw it and lo and behold, I pick up a video call, Nyangana, a very beautiful dark woman. Very beautiful with beautiful big eyes. She had this curly wave. Very, very beautiful. Excuse me, soft spoken. Wait. Nimo meniti na yambida kunkala my friends. And that woman is called Diana. We stayed on our phones for a very long time discussing fashion and how both of us could merge our ideas and just change the fashion industry in Zambia. I was so excited. I was so happy that finally I had met somebody that thought like me. Finally I had met somebody that had a passion for fashion like me. And mind you, I was just from doing my own fashion show, the Vitanganivatu one. I had, and it wasn't the only one I did. Under my belt, while it's in Zambia, with my own resources, me as a person, I did 6 fashion shows in 6 consecutive years. Ukukunai kuchitika Zambia Fashion Week as the biggest fashion show platform. The second was Vitanganivatu. And sometimes Vitanganivatu would be there in Fashion Week Kuribe. I loved what I used to do because it gave me an opportunity to give other people an opportunity that did not have opportunities. I loved doing Vitanganivatu Fashion Week and fashion shows because there I would create platforms for other designers like me that were unconventional designers. Models also had a chance. If you've never modeled, you had no modeling experience, you needed someone to teach you how to be a model. Because we're preparing for my fashion show, automatically I would have to teach you how to work. So It was a win-win situation for everybody that was involved. Sometimes things would get out of hand because I'd be overwhelmed with a lot of things to do because but I always had Precious to help me. And that's why I have a very soft spot for Precious. So, back to the main story. So Diana comes in my life. We sit all night, tashimika, that's the exchange. It was a lovely time. I can't lie to you. It was very beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was so surreal. And from there, went our separate ways. Bye, tizakamba mairu. Following day, video calling each other again. Mwana ulibwanja mwana nilichape bwino. Vintu vyenda bwanju kwa America, vintu vyenda bwananga ku Zambia kwa vintu vyenda bwanese tayanka vintu vyenda bwino. So I got in touch with the person for Fashion Week. I set up a meeting. You're going to have a video. Before you have a video interview, do up a portfolio, send in your work to just show the things you've done. Again, I was just from doing a fashion show. I had HD good pictures. You know, I pagira ka portfolio. Tonight, ko unzati ziba kulemba chizunguta taipa patuma. Baku Fashion Week baja, ba checking na samples ya metina batumira, ba checking baona tawe uyu muntu uyu. He's qualified. We're going to give him a slot. No metina nkalira pa video interview. Ine Diana na ku Fashion Week. Away. Tankala pa video interview wanifunza ma questions na yanka wanifunza na yanka. At the end of that interview, that man smiled and said, "Congratulations, you've made it. We're going to give you a slot to showcase at Fashion Week." Ndani ninali happy. No, so I but I knew that Pazani, when I cover something, but when I come back, we'll call you back. More excitement. That's how Diana says, I'm going to pay for you participation fee, 700, because this is what I'm going to do for you. I've given myself in because another idea yanga, I want you to do this, $700 as participation fee. All right. Well and good. Continue nice and enjoy it. Those people, that's how I called Precious. Because Precious was my best friend. Precious was my right hand woman. Precious was my person. That's how I called Precious. Precious. Fashion official call. I was with Precious. That day, cinema Precious. There's even a video that Precious had posted on my 32nd birthday of us celebrating Wajabantu, confirming that come what may, I am Fashion Week bound, New York Fashion Week bound. God is good. Where want to? You met nine dead, I said, you went to Nakali and enjoy at Twitch. We continued. Our friendship with Diana continued, knowing that as I needed leader, participation fee. Then I went to source out. If anything, she had said she was going to provide for me participation fee, provide for me coffee killer, and even get me an air ticket. Okay? Happy, grateful. And because all I had was my brand Vitengeni Virtue, I drafted up a contract. And you need to know the value of your business. So I valued my business and gave 35% of the value of my business, total value, to Diana. And I said, you are now officially a partner in my business. Now I'm Mbira, tamba kusevenza pamoja, tamba kushimika, tamba kukamba. Nuza Diana, her idea, her $1 million idea was doing a styling on the go show where people are in attendance and Navovala Parak atenga model amuvadika alangiza, you can wear this in this way, you can do this in this way, you can do this in this way. All was well. Everything was going on okay. Everything was alright. Every day Diana and I used to talk, every day Diana and I used to share ideas. It was fine. It was all going well. Until this first day, Abuela Diana na unapamenso pone kachepo urubana rubana pa video call. Manga siwamene. Ni chani? Why are you looking like that? And she tells me, I have bad news for you. Okay? You have bad news for me. What's the bad news? And she tells me, my brother has discouraged me to help you. In lack of a better word, this is how I'll say it. My brother has discouraged me to help you. Anuza kutukosa yesa kutandiza abantu baku Zambia nafa kutandiza abantu baku Zambia avuta zakabwera kuno kabwera kakuchinjira nzero. Kosa yesa kumtandiza muntu. Get to know him better and all. So mind you, this is the year 2021. Okay? And because I came here in 2022, so this is the year 2021. Abuna Kambati, because my brother has discouraged me, let's not do Fashion Week in September. Let's do Fashion Week the following year in September. Question is, what am I going to be doing between now and the next September? Mtima wakala. After all that excitement, ninkale sure. Anyway, it is well. We continued talking. Jagandijima, Jagandijisa. But see, when somebody narrates to you, when somebody looks at you, somebody that has never met you, somebody that doesn't know you, somebody that has told themselves that they want to help you, and they come to help you, you realize that you owe them a duty of care. You owe it to them to prove that simamene nilili. Awe, nyamamene nachitira chani? Inachita continue. Instead ni muzonde Diana, instead ni nkale irritated. I told myself, I am going to prove to you that the person that your brother narrated me to be is not who I am. Na ole sati mwa Mainga mwe. Ndimwe amene ndimwe amene ndimwe amene muzazi nkazikirira simuchita misbehave because if you not prove muntu kuti mlibe bad behavior. You have any boss. Tankana na Diana teach the brainstorm pali fashion show yake. All is well, but panyasi pa mtima panga ni nakafukushi. Panyasi pa mtima panga chini lava. And every day, and this I'll tell you, for those of you that may not know me, those that know me know, but those of you that don't know, nalitemwalesa. I may be gay, but the love I have for God, nobody can understand. So every little thing that happens to me, I went to my God. Shua mlungwanga opportunity pamene ya bwela. Muntu anichinjire nzeru. That was radio silence from God. But all my heart was telling me is remember your principles. Remember what your mother told you. Remember who you are. So I continued being faithful and friends with Diana. I went. Diana just couldn't me phone. Oh, I got in touch with my friend. College. He's got an events planning firm. And so we're going to have a video call with him. Iwe. Planning a show yanga. So now we're no longer talking Fashion Week. We're talking her show. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. You're going to realize to say, oh, I was wrong about this person. Our video call. Lo and behold, by video call hapo papezeka ndani. Muntu mozi omenaleka kukambisa. And the reason ameneze nalekela kumkambisa was because ana vlog, ana page. Yami ana kulemba pavantu. Wamene basta impact fashion industry in Zambia. And this person used my intellectual capabilities. They used my intellectualities, they used my time, my resources every day ngatafuna olemba papa page yake pa blog kana kuntumira phone Mainga ona manga ni ndani wamena panga bwino vinto and because nilibe jealous I would say mwachumuona Peter mwamena achitira mwachumuona nkandatu mwamena achitira mwachumuona ndani mwamena achitira mwachumuona ndani mwamena achitira and that person would write, you know that page Zam Vibe, that person would write about all those people and give them their praises that they deserved because they deserved those praises. Chagandijima kuteke kumukambisa was that at no point did this person who used to come and get information from me to run their vlog, and not bad information, I don't in a silicon time webete ni be jealous ni be time yofuna kuonesa namo bantu kuleta bantu kumbuyo, and I thought because I'm like that God will bring people in my life that are not like that. That was always my principle. Because in ni be jealous bantu amene nizambo kamba na weva zankala bantu be jealous because ni be choipa na muntu kumtima bantu azambo bwana na ino zankala bantu be chintu choipa kumtima. Lo and behold brethren, that's not the case. Abulikira muntu amene sini makambisa uyu nale komkambisa na mblokinga kamba na muzirapo kuti iwe ndiwo wafe kukonda kuli 7 zesa. Abwela ali mu meeting na muntu amene afuli konipeleka ku America. Ndani inachita overreact sininga na mesi ndine mungeji. Ndine muntu wanyama. Inachita overreact mu group muja. Ndamba nati muno mu group ngahinda kala mepe. I cannot do this video call. Paka uyo achoki because sininga 7 na uyo. Alibecha bwino. Azafuna achite praise bantu benango. But idea atenga kulini. Ivo veve yai nakala. Nyama mele nachokera mu group mu. Awo mwandi basiri za mu group mu video chat yabo Diana calls me privately and says, I didn't like how you behaved, I didn't like how you conducted yourself, and it's understandable. Mu meeting, it's a corporate meeting. Muntu abwera storming out of a meeting. Pa Zoom ko muntu akati akabada uyu ali mu room inanachoka. So she said, I didn't like how you behaved. I didn't like how you conducted yourself. So what did she do? She told me, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to work with you. I've decided to go my direction. I've decided to go in my own way. Kupanga show yangai kulibe iwe. And this was 3 weeks before she came to Zambia. No problem. Let's not impera mabuko. Aya talent. Aya villa. Nankana na bapo kutunga. Life goes on. Na voenda kwa America vashtabwanji. Vaibalika. But see, when you're destined to do something, you're destined for greatness, and you're destined to make a step, you're destined to make a move. Something within you will keep on bothering you and keep on telling you, aibo aiwa. Story yako ija sina side. Nkani yako ija iwe sina side ikadiko. So, we went on. We went on by our time. Went on living our separate lives. Adi asana kuchita vintu vake vamene achita. Dana na bwela Mzambia. Sana niuza tabwela Mzambia. And at the time when she came to Zambia, anafikila kamene nzeli anafikila uko opposite Kalundu. Ukachoka entrance ya unza Kalundu. Somewhere where I used to stay. I used to live in Kalundu. At some point, nikadi paunza. So, pafupi na kamene nzeli kunkala. Nyumba yo wanaipwanya baipanga hotel. Opposite unza katakatama yakikulika hotel kukaina tumazina zina chan apartments. Kaja. Ndipa mina nari kunkala. And every day, she used to spend it ku East Park, kule closet. I had no problem with that. I was happy for homegirl that she was in her country and she was doing her thing. Fast forward. I got invited by Waka and I could start event Vama fashion Vama chan but kwenzeli event. Nyama yana chitira invite. Event yo Intercontinental Hotel. Yes. Inali Intercontinental. Nyama yana getting in touch na Diana. Muna bwela ndani simti uza eti na bwela. Nienda ku event tu. Ati bwanji ufuna kuyenda na iwe. Because I knew that she wasn't doing anything. Kamera bwelera, sikuweze posting wako va event yake, va events planning, and I knew that wajontomea nanka na even group mujamena msiana bevi. The truth of the matter, but I've come to tell nothing but the truth. The truth of the matter is that I knew that our bantu wamina kama na bevi, pepe family bazamu chitira, wafuna chabe kumusevenzesa. That's why I stormed out of that group. And had she not hurried kukamba, I could have easily told her to say my intention for doing this was because iwe unaina bantu wamene swanga kutaniza swanga planning an event na iwe. So I'd given myself time to say by this period that sino wanako post ya event yake chani, those people disappointed and failed her. So what am I going to do? I'll get in touch with her. So I got in touch with her, invited her for workers event. I told her how much the tickets were going for. Kana gula tickets ka wanampasa mahala. Kaya ndimo metrendo kumandira na kuintercontinental kuja for the very first time. Nesena vima wigi vina kupera omu munga ni dread. Oh my God. That was a very beautiful day. Voice of Javamelete zechina kamba, we also misunderstandings and mitra batangana na eve aja. Newa mitra shitira bwanji. Tachita hash hash. Okay? Tayamba friendship. Yawama. Monday came. So that was on a Saturday. Monday came because we had discussed our own things and told each other, no, we're going to work together. We're going to plan your event. And in planning your event, we're going to do a media tour. We're going to do a media tour. In doing a media tour, we're going to announce that Nenda to America, and we'll find sponsors and we'll pick it up from there. Oku, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Set up your business in Zambia. Set up your fashion business in Zambia. In return, you help me get established in the US. Okay? Deal, deal, deal. Gentleman's handshake. Mukonka. This is a very, 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 very important story. So, bajamele bamangana na ma questions, bajamele banali kunitukana, bajamele banali kukamba voi papali ine, bajabonse. Bamele mafunsa mainga likuti lelo na bwela. Kuzileta no kuzani reason chamene sinema unekela. So, tag your friends. Mention them, bring them. Babwela was involved in the story. That's how Ina Diana Monday Abuela. We sat down. I was very honest with her. I told her, Ine, one, ninkara kwa mwena. Sininga zichoka kwa mwena, nibuela kuno ku East Park every day. Niko nkaiwi. I need transport provided, lunch provided because 1, I'm a superstar. 2, my time is money. 3, I know what I bring on the table. So I need to be paid for it. I'm not going to do this for free. I would done and okay, mwana every day nzambo kupasa 400 kwacha. 400 kwacha njabuli transport money yako. Well, I'm good. My taxi and zedi ngana ma 150 from Panyumba Panga kufika ku East Park. Kana lipo. All was well. Zina ndalama chinali ku banka, zina tsebenzesa. Just use your brain. It's work you're doing. That's how we said moving. We said moving, every day to sevens and a Diana, every day to sevens, every day to sevens, every day to Tienda. Doing our media tour. The first one we went to Hot FM, we went to Power FM, went to all these places. All the media houses I worked for. Ninampeleka. Because that was the end of the deal. Mind you, at the back of my mind, I wanted to prove to her that what her brother told her was wrong. Awe, niwa menetina indela, chumweka. Diamond TV already knew that I was America bound. They had already done, for the main news, I'm grateful that for the main business news, on the main news, ku business aspect. Manani konka kunyumba. Manifi uminga, manichita profile as a person that is ready to represent my country at Zambia Fashion Week. That was That was a very, very good thing. So the buzz for Fashion Week had already been set. No, I'm not going to correct the boy. Batifunsa my questions. I haven't dated. I didn't lie. I hadn't dated in a long time. I was celibate for 7 years. Parija interview. Tashitana introduced Diana. Oh, you anipeleka kwa America. Mamona. Tamona. And the reason I've said this, because I was at the point na kamba chinto. Nasta reference. The reason I've said this is, even at that time, Pamela Tinankala, Pajapa interview ku Diamond TV, Diana wanza kuziva Susan Tandiza kuenda ku America. You knew deep down your heart, wagali higuchi, oh you muntu ndimubele habo. I'm only using him for his connection and his intellectual capabilities. Balibe vamine nizamu chitira. The most nizamu pasa nizi ndarama za transport zamine nimu pasa hapa. Wanze kuziva panyansi pamtima pako. But because this abantu baku Zambia tina problem in most, we love to save face at the expense of the truth. Even that whole brother story, even that whole story, my brother, this, Madwaku Zambia, somebody gunosimanga tandi zike, sunari kukwani isa. Mulongosi wanga kuntandiza. And I'm not saying this from a place of malice or lobwanji. I'm just looking back now and telling my truth. If you don't like the shade, the light I will shed you in. If you don't like the role that I'm going to say you played, you should have played a better role. You should have conducted yourself better. Are we together? Good. Awe? Tachita announcement kuja ku TV kuja, tachita announcement. Pamuntu wa garu dana lina kuti enza kutandiza. Pa public y'abantu pa TV. But panyansi pa mtima paka nali kuzia kuti uyu muntu uyu sinza mtandiza. Awe, that series a media tour ya Twija. At that time I was styling Mutali Mwanza. I was dressing Cleo. Kenzeli ku shooting a show na Bombshell. No mele na muzila muzanga nati. Iwe. Nzaku pasa my clients. I've done what I need to do with Cleo. God bless that soul. I've done what I need to do with Cleo. Cleo is very good people. Cleo. Mulungazi kudalisa Cleo. No mele na introduce Diana kuri Cleo. Uzimu valika Cleo. Nampasa. Na introduce Diana kuri mtari. Amuza jire natuma na phone. Mtari kuri mkaza na bwena ku event yako Diana. Ojani stylist wako America. Aziku varika sona. And because even up to now, Mtali and I don't have a problem with each other. We never did, we never have. Umuntu wanga. She agreed. And the day we were even doing a shoot na Tony, na Diana, na Mtali even gave me her phone. And Mainga, kabia live performing and hostile take over, the media take over you. Stop. Life went on. Everything was going great. Na Diana, we were planning her show, going to simulator nimusha na introduce pa social media, pa Facebook. As usual on top of Facebook, because they have a mele mulid. Munamu seka fashion yake. Namuza nati ata ine wamena inda kwa America. Manai kuniseka. Iyo wamena sivaza seka. Machite ignore. Iwe chitachabe concentrate pa chito yako. Because what you are bringing on the table is a fresh initiative of fashion. I used to work for Diamond TV as a TV presenter. I had my own show called The Gentleman's Club. So around this time, The Gentleman's Club itself as a station, Diamond TV was rebranding. So most of the programs that were going on there, once wanade kabanabo wareka kuyachita produce. Popola batuza kuti muchite submit my new programs. Yamene muzaba kushita present. All right? So my friend Diana had love for TV. She really wanted to do a TV show. Being Mainga, Ali Bejeras, being muntu amena konda wantu. What did I do? I set up a meeting with my HR. Miss P, and our marketing manager, Alfred Chibiliti, to go and pitch a show at Time on TV with Diana. Worst mistake of my life. Never should you ever get your friend kumpeleka kunchito kwako, because if amena zaka enda kakuchite kunchito kuja suza kavikonda. And so we started shooting our show. This was production, and the idea we took to the show was, look, ine nizanya mukakuno yenda kwa America. Zamba kushutinga abantu kuja kwa America. Zambo shita interview abantu wamene bakonda kuvala, abantu wamene bavala, wamene bali inspirational, wamene woneka African kubafunsa ma questions. And all of that will be compiled in together na wevichitika kuno ku Zambia, just to show how the two worlds marry each other in the world of fashion. That was the whole idea. But it was all about profiling people that were exemplary in fashion. Whoever that we met and would interact with that was exemplary in fashion would profile. So, Chinayamba Kuchita record at the expense of what? The TV station I used to work for. On whose tab? My tab. Being Mainga, tatengana raki yatu, tampasa mzato azichitirapo business yaka azistyling rapo kuti azoneka organize kulikuwa se kwa mena end zanacho savo vala vichoka msuitcase azicho savo vala avifaka baraki. Okay, no malice none intended. Katwamba not yoa. We went on. Fast forward, we shot the pilot episodes the days that we were given. The day we were supposed to shoot, tuzofika kwenda kushooting na kunyumba kwa mtari first day. But Diana, because the general assignment yake nampasa na kupasa assignment, because inanifuna uzivalika mtale inasiringa kwani sebutini zika uzivalika mtale every day nichoka hapo nifuna iwe because wakamba tuzambo ukuchoma uzambo pwela uzivalika mtale. Okay, alright, so iwe get in touch with mtale omuza kuti dia zanka la first person watu pa show. Alright, I get in touch na Eve achita na confirm taenda na ku TV station kuja bakana na ready batipasa na equipment and all of these things. Even Mamoto Kamencha Excellences was at the expense of the station. Time yoyenda afika chitenge ma directions yako amenyankala mtale kuti ine si vizio avoti mnali kubwela hivyo sina vivilepo dana suna chita communicate na mtale yapita hiyo taenda kunyumba stina shooting. That's how I got in touch with CQ, Naima, my friend, na Faith. I got in touch. Okay? Tie wazanga iwe. Taenda tachita shoot na Diana alipo. Ta shooting. So we did 3 episodes. And in the middle episode, Diana decides to wear sequin. Rekaweka ya grey skate. Bear in mind, everything is okay. This is a month into Diana being in Zambia. Taenda tachita plani show yake, tachita plani, tachita vonse, her show wasn't successful. What made it successful was that Mutale came and she was able to showcase Bantu Swanabwele, Bantu Wambili, but it's okay. It's a first show. The people that I had promised I was going to bring on board, I brought. Shooting a show. Dana vala skate veka. Na yanga na skate yake na ndipo skate yako yanikumbukisa wa mami. Mama wangu anakwenda vala voveka na veve. What does Diana say? Abanabo na wamai wao. So see, that's a trigger. Anybody that knows me knows I love my mother. Anybody that knows me knows I live for my mother. So automatically, ukachitaka jab kuli mamai. Battle line has been drawn. I'm like, mwana. What's that mean? Na vile kana viva lako. Her presenting skills were not also good, so we had to sit back and, try to work on them. Yasira kushutinga, I was done. The moment anakambaba na wamai wao, ka pride jikangena. Nati uyu. Episode 3 po shootinga, I wasn't bubbly Mainga, I wasn't happy Mainga, I was in my, just like, life went on. Nasiri za kushutinga, inanifuna kuenda kufamu ndiye dana, aenda kufamu uko. Nasala pa, because we're shooting at Chicago's. Nasala pa Chicago's. My heart wasn't at peace because I'm not a bad person. Sijina muntu oyipa. Ntima unalibe mtenderi. Mainga uli muntu akutandiza kupeleka ku America. Kukamba chape kuti abana wana amai wao. Inkale ni problem ya mene. Awe ya inaiwe. Sima mene wankarida bantu. So, I knew her hotel. At this time, she's moved from those apartments because they were slightly higher and she was living longer in Zambia. She decides to go where? To Asmara Hotel. There are lots of other things that happen, but I'm talking about the important things that directly affect me. Okay? Asmara Hotel. Nezozia kwa mena kunkara. Assistant wake, who was married to one of my friends, anakuyenza kamoto kakarent. So I end up kufamu. In my mind, you know, when you know Lusaka, you've been around, you can do a calculation to say, kuchoka pano ufaku 16 miles and back, kuchimuntansiye vintu. How long kuchimuntakatenge vintu? Because she had an appointment, she was supposed to meet somebody later on. So I calculated time, I said, this time I'm going. First in the end, with the sheer intention of going to apologize for being called on set. Because namuzazira, ni mazaza. Dan Budaga unkamebo Tasika Danjira mwa smara mu yabalindi because I come there every time. I have a friend who's living there. Nafika mkapaki na iwona motoka eka assistant kake nata. So there's no need for me to call and say, hey yo, I'm here. Na iwona motoka. Awesa kusichenjeresa. Guli inganiaga indi Mainga. Kusichenjeresa isena trust yatu na love yatu tashita branch. Dise choko kuyenda. Fika pa do ya hotel room. Kutuma phone. No konkonsha kutuma phone. Awe vajamela ni mkati motel room mmoja. This is a warning. Ngati mukamba pa muntu. Make sure muntu amene mukamba po saliko. Muntu ngata kutumira phone. Suri na eva kutumira phone. Nimbefuna kukuza chichekinga kumbio kwako nilikumsana kwako. Ndicha mena kutumira phone. You see, you can pretend to love someone or help someone for so long. Because at the end of it all, the truth will come out and the person will see you. Innocently, nilipadona to my phone. Yali la phone, abana bai katinga ya phone ya overdana. Bam! I was assistant wabo. Unaevo yama nchita irritate. Matazi yonoza tsa endako kwa America. Ani badala nda mulyango. Muntu alikuti sasa endako ama nichita irritate. Nizimvele wakati muntu kudishimikiza. Nizimvele la neka na matu yanga. Mwana tamu ngudi duwala mtima. I'm a lot of things, but I've got a problem. Nikakalipa, nimakalipa kuipa. Daganyema. Ndagajimwa ndima mena konkoshera pado bakali wayu na konkosha futi pado nje kubwera kuvulako kap nangena mkati sina imilile pado ankunjira mkati mu yanda njira mkati mwa hotel room yanda njira nishukuli Diana Vintage Point na assistant wake natishuwa Ndeva mene unga zikamba ivudana. Ulina mwai ndiwe mkazi. Ndeva ngonali mwamuna munzanga ngana kutikita lero muno mu utewolo. Mkaleza ndeva mene naka. Ngati unali mwamuna munzanga ngana kutikita muno mu utewolo mga wabwela bakudoba. Because you wasted my time, my intellectual capabilities, and my resources kuti nibwele nizibwela kuno. Unilipira kuti nizibwela nizikutandiza. Ndalama zija zonse nizitenga. Niendo gula vitenge kukamwala. Ningala pa machine. I sat on the sewing machine for 6 months. Nitunga. Vintu vamene nibwela na veve kuno ku America. Nigona mu sitting room mu nyumba ili yanga. Not mu nyumba ya muntu. My own house. I slept in the sitting room. Because like funa nankala pafupi na mpando. Nichita nikauka pa mpando. Na tamanga njine rubiro. Ndine. Nilinkezi pampando. Nigona msichingu. Nitunga kubwela kuno ku America. And the person who's supposed to bring me to America comes behind my back. He went down to activate Star Party. How do you do that? I don't know how you do that. Please. Thank you for the stars. Thank you, Kukamba. Thank you, Banchka. But that shows that it's not monetized page. Anyway, I was so upset. And until then, I understood why, no matter how much I prayed to God, there was radio silence. I understood why anakamba brother wanga chani. I understood. I left hotel room. Natili pasa na raki yanga na nyamla na raki yanga mga jino ofu. Talonga mnano nako kwa mneni machitira vintu. Na ndachite fintu. Nachi kanka chija. Nyo mene na nye amudira. Raki yanga neka na mtaksi. Na imu amena mshita comment hapa. Muli ya? Muli digita disturb. Kamulega kundibu yama questions. Kamuchitabo enjoy story. This is the art of storytelling. So you just sit and enjoy. Gamu habo nyuebo. Timanga digo pe. Mutale ni mutale mwanzo wamene ni kambapo. Then wamene ni kambapo mtu. Ni ujamkazi wamene mafarika mutale mwanza. Je Diana wamene ni kambapo. Are we all together? Kamjideka kubu yama questions. Twende. Ine hey! Bantu. Ndeko minonga nichitile so. Ni wamene ndela kunyumba. Kuja. See, we all have different spiritual gifts. We're just not physical people. We are spiritual people. And God has blessed us with different spiritual gifts. And they manifest in our lives differently. Tinkankara and my fashion designers, you don't know what I was ordained by God to be. You don't know what I ran away from being. You don't know. You don't know where my mother went. Nabaga unkawu church. You don't know. You don't know. You just see this. And you assume just because iwe ngatisu ulibe relationship na mulungu or ulibe spiritual life ni shibonse badipi. Isewe na tima mvela, tima ziva. That day pamina unakamba kuti avanabo na mamai bao. If anything, nina ziva. That was very pretender. Before that, unabwela wabwela kunyumba kwanga. Teze kushooting, I used to do a show Kakabadika. It was my show, it was my initiative. I wanted to shed more light on people that were unfortunate. And that overcame life's struggles, where life would abuse you and you pick yourself up and make something out of yourself. So, when it was the episode you're shooting at Diana Kakabadika, picture of my wanga mnyumba is very steady. And it kept on falling. And that's a sign. For me and my mom are very, very, very connected. That means spirit yabo is uncomfortable around you. Because for me, my guardian angel is my mother. And because ni muntu wakufa sanga bwera bulikira patambo kamba abantu bazayopa. There are signs ya meya mabwera nazima na chichi wamaye banuza ichi. Ichi wamaye banuza. Wanali bamaye banga bajwa nani nyamula 9 months ma. Chinaye kuchita communicate. Picture yagwa. Angakuze mfana wanga mimi mulemena kukana hivi. Mama mi bakana. And that day pamena nakupezekeza wakamba kutia. Nakupezekeza wakamba sinienda kwa America. It made sense why picture mnyumba ya mamaye na godea minuna ngena mnyumba mwanga. It made sense. I went home, I was angry, I was mad. I skipped a very important part. This is a very, 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 very important part. Backup. So before we started recording, before we started even going on, after doing the TV announcement, this is and I want you to listen to this very important part, because this part is very important. Ngati mwina mapenso na mapeni dembani. Before we did all these things, after making the TV announcement, and before I even found Diana saying that, this day, I woke up, got dressed, kubwera, kwenda kutoka mene kuna kungana Diana. Nafika. I saw a face of disappointment on Diana's face. Nichani, why want to consult a man so? And Diana tells me, back up. I say, Atujoga, Gunze. Diana tells me and says, I got a call from Alice. Yes, Alice Roland Musukwa, my beloved friend. I got a call from Alice. I was with Pamela. And she said, Iwe Diana, uyo Mainga uleta kuno ku America. Uyesha ukumuleta. Bantu nga wamuleta ukachita regret. Mwa wanchindamba. Mwenzuma. At that time, Alice and I were not talking. We had stopped talking to each other. We had a terrible fight, which was none of anybody's business. But Itinayambana could decouple a day before she left for America. And we never used to talk. Okay? So, Ankala kunoko America for 2 years. Ine naenda about na life young. Everything is okay. Stikambisana, stitch tabwanji, stiambana, stikambisana. Child, the friendship in Asila, it's lived its course. We've all gone our separate ways. And now imagine you go to somebody that says they want to help you, and they come and tell you your friend, your old friend, called them and said, don't help this guy. Because if you help this guy, it's at your own risk. You don't like the shade I'm going to you don't like the shade I'm going to the light I'm going to shade you in. You don't like what I'm going to say about you. You should have conducted yourself better. You don't. I've got no time kunamizira muntu. Na bwerapa no bwero kamba chachendi. So ngati suko ndiwe nacho chachendi chamene ni kamba. You should have done better. Period. Hey, iyo nayo iyo inaleta kafuapa pakatika ile na Alice. We spent the whole night tingo yambana. Unga kambe bwanje so, why would you so iwe? Why would you so? Hey, ne sinina kambe kwa nina mizila uyo. Sinina kambeko. So the catch was that Pamela nuza Diana. Point blank Pamela pajana muza uti Diana ine vivamina wanu uzali sinienda kumufunza. Diana iya usamufunse sichizaoneka Bruno sinifuna voka mbakamba nakamba nati nilibeboza nizamufunza. Ndema mene namutumira message Alice namufunza. Clearly Alice anakana ine sina vikambeko evwanina mizira. Wa Diana watumira phone kuri Alice kuwafunza. Diana ati Mainga unakamba so kukana Diana tisina muzeko so Mainga. Already that was a problem for me. Damubona ndamboye mwana msimboyo la problem. Kainda gambwago. Alice, I still wasn't talking to her. There was no need to talk to her. Because at that point, I knew exactly how she felt. Whether she said it, she didn't say it, whether she did what, that's her business between her and her God. But me as Mainga, what I know deep down my heart is unakamba Alice Diana kumuza kutiko samuleta Mainga kwa America. Fact and nothing you do or say will ever change that fact. Wagamba. Wagamba. Wamba walo wagamba. Olo gaga gebuti. Kukamba kweve unakamba. Kamboni wakuti unakamba wa Diana. Ni Pamela. Le closet. The fact. Diana kukana chabe kwa mina nakana kuti. Awe. Anali ya manta. Yes, she is. The story is going forward. But wagatiani, nothing is happening. I'm just sharing my story. And the reason I'm sharing this story is for me in Africa kuno kwa America. Mwagandi sampula, mwagandi samununa, mwagandi tugila. You shared my info. You did all these things to me. But none of you ever came up and said, ine namula kwila so Mainga, ine nachita so Mainga, dagalu umwine. Waiting for the right time moyo wapona kabole gwambaula. Tachoka yonkani ya Diana yo. Tabwele na manja pata point pamene nampezekeza red handed Diana akamba kuti sazantandiza. Ina nemo mene nabwerera ku nyumba na ikaliva mene namvera auzali sina chitabwanji. We are shooting royal click. And believe me, you Bianca Mwenzuma. Bianca is my friend. Bianca is we started off on a wrong foot, but I grew a soft spot for her. And so whilst all these things were going on, I decided, away from kwenda kwa America kuti. I decided, yo Bianca nakutukana publicly yabantu. Mamena muja mu public mamene nakutukana. Nje mu public mamene nizayimirira, and these are words I used kukamba na Bianca ngabwera kamba Bianca nekalida kamboni. The same way I stood up to insult you in public is the same way I'm going to stand up and dress you in public to give you back the honor I stole from you. God is my witness. Those were my words. And I told Bianca, I've given you rope. Do your worst. Ngatufuna ungazini menyani sana, ngatufuna ungazikamba sinizaba po kukuyanka. Because ine njena ni number 1 kukutukana. So ndakugulega nikupusika uzakala mngandi we mwana wanga. Bianca and I were very close. Na ku event kwa Diana kujaya mene sinali successful. Analiko Bianca, she worked as a model. While shooting real click, what you used to see, the connection you saw between Bianca and I, that was real. Bianca ni mfana wanga. Ni mkonda. Mamene muja crazy yake mwemene nilija ni konda. Ali real. Bianca nje mamene na anabwerera. Mainga, uli na problem. Not that namushimikira Bianca vamene ana vinachitika vame na hali isi vame. No. Eka chabe Bianca. Mainga bwela kuni shout and tumina phone. And that's the way she is. She'll just call you to stress you. But to converse just stress amena kuuza chachendi. That girl. Uja Diana Mainga ne mtima wanga wakana ka shalira mfana ka wa umazichita so. Sunga wane kuchisanga kutandize we uja muntu uja. Not that namushimikira umwine fie aisa. Sima kukonda mkuru wanga, but these people are taking you for granted. These people are taking your talent for granted. They just want to use you. Mweba leko Bianca Diana, sini fulani zivi vya vanga diva Diana. Mweba leko, bachi kwa Amerika kweve uyenda. Ani bweza mwichimwela mfana. Ate, story ya minu wabwela na heve, neka nkushimikireko, vamine vina chitika, but Diana wajana wapezekeza wakamba so. This is now where Ethel Edward Chisono comes up. So after I narrated the Bianca story, Bianca and Ethel were close. It was like mother and daughter. That's how Bianca narrated to her mother Ethel. But Ethel, if never vichitikira Mainga. Ethel wabwera, aye dana ujani muziba ine, bauza Bianca. Ni muziba asi, ni mukonda, ni muziba story yake bwino, na vevo. Awe, ni pase namba ya Mainga. Ine ningamutandize Mainga kwenda kwa America. Mind you, I already had an invitation letter. The participation fee that was needed for that invitation, they sent me, and I need you to understand. Malani to me the invitation letter. But still, Benzemana ni chita blare out, waiting up until nalipi the participation fee. Kutiba ni to me the manje OG invitation letter ili na seal ya bwino. Mumvesesa? So as people come up here and tell you they helped me come here, they did this, let's be honest and be specific to the T, to the full stop, what we did and the roles we played. Tuawana, no chukubeja. Kambo mwagabeja, ndagalu mwine, gamu beja, deep down your heart you knew that you were lying. But mwangali kubeja. Dana ndi mwamena chokela mu mix. Bwagazi wa mu mix dana ndi mwamena tina mwibadidako no mwibalako ndi mwamena tina musulira no musulira taviva lako nkani ya dana. Taviva lako. But that's not the end of Diana. She's still coming. 2 more appearances in this story. 3 more appearances, in fact. Awe. Ethel nje mwamile wana to be na phone. So Ethel came. First she called Makasamba Maria. I knew her. Tebene wake chabe tina kondana. Nari kubaita na mami. Naba konda chabe wakazi baja. And the reason chamene naba kondela was because nari kunkala ku Woodlands. Story ya maiwao ni story ya mene nenzeri kuziba. So the moment I got in touch with her, she asked me to make things for her. The first person mu New York ana nimuzati nimpangile vintu wanali ba Maria. God bless that woman. Ethel na Maria wanali my friends. Ethel nje bana uzira wa Maria. Maria nifu mutandiza Mainga. Nimulete kuna kwa America. Teti mutandize. Bana uzana bene bake ine nizashita provide pamena azafikira. Iwo uchite provide ndalama. Well and good. Again, I want this to go unmentioned. In spite of everything you did, Ethel. Undisampula nkoga ndisampula, wimba nkoga ndimba, vonse vita famine unachita. Thank you. Thank you for coming through and finishing what Diana couldn't. You did what you were supposed to do. But mistake ya mene muna panga. Mvela ba Ethel. Mvela. Ngati mutandiza muntu, tandizani muntu privately. Isankale ndiye point ya pa phone ko aliyense mtu amene mwatumira apasoni tandiza ndani apasoni tandiza ndani kamba kakuti umphawi njala na mavuto amene ali ku Zambia ni yabonse siyasanka pamenso. Everybody is looking for a way out. So muntu akamvera kuti utandiza muntu winango azakunama iwe information pali uja muntu kufuna kuti umutandize. Munankala tayamba program bwino. Munazipasa. From what Bianca told you, God touched your heart. Nkambo ndagali kupaila every day. Munga funse bane balanga wameke Christian. Nali kupempela every day nivela gospel music. And this is even before trip. Njama mene niliri. Na manje muno mnyumba mwanga. Nima mkala nivela manyumba. Njama mene niliri. Ninali kuyenda ku Chambavali Mountain kuja kupempera kwa mulungu wanga Yehova. Kuti anitandize kupeza muntu amene azabwera kunitendizira mu life mwanga. Already my ex-friend has called the person helping me, telling them not to help me. Nampezekeza akamba. Where did I take all those things? I took it to God in prayer. And so when you came in my life, Ethel, you were an answered prayer. You were the person I was waiting for. And you knew it. That's why you did what you did, to the magnitude of what you did, embarrassing me like that. Wagali kuti Mainga holds me in very high regard. Sanga bwele panobwela kubwela kunitukana kubweza mwefamene ni mutukana. Chifuka simu amene alili. But you still went on. Slandered my name. Leaked my passport information. Accused me of things I did not do to you. Because I disappointed you na bwela, mwezona mga sineza bwela. Anyway, let me not jump the gun. But Ethel, demo amene muna bwela mlife mwanga. Mwa bwela. Pamene muna bwela mlife mwanga. Bianca njana kuzani pali ine. Kuli Mainga uku Afrika kuenda ku America so. You got in touch na wa Maria mle banali kulizio. Wa Maria bantumena phone. Mainga mnandi Ethel. Alefu akwafu mwise ku America. Ya Afrika mwana wanje ishite ya kuisa. Lesanga asuka. Nina gona pansi nalira. Yehova wanga wakumwamba waniona na mwana wanshi walero. Finally breakthrough ya bwela mlife wanga. It is my time. And Ethel, you were so quick. Ala mulungu anakukata kumtima. You are so quick. Amene ijade amene tina kambisana. Ya ikuti maforms amene wanakupasa yaja. Amene wanakuchita invitation ya ikuti. Kufunika zingati participation yoli pila 700 ndendera meka ngoli pila Diana ndamba wakanyina no bantu wa Jesu taga jisi. Mwabatumina phone wa fashion week wakuzani kuti uyu muntu anachedwa. 700 slot yake tina pasa. Slot ya mine liko niya 1,800. Whilst we were talking, now on a vandalama vambonkala serious na kuzani kuti Matthew tikalibe kusaina ndalama ine nili na manager nipembe ko mukambeko na manager banga bakaro baku England mugafunse how you are going to go about this. Sinifuna kukala involved na imwe kuli bakuru, so that bakuru bankana ko bangati kuliko muntu wina ngo kamboni oni imilira ino amena zamba kunikambirako. You got in touch na bakaro, you spoke na Karo munakamba mwachita agree, all was well. Nizamtandiza mwana uyu na mtima wanga na pasa. Na mtima wanga na mpasa Mainga nifuna ni mtandize. There was no problem. Kunali bevo kamba chinali cha beteka. Munali pila participation fee ja 1,800 using your credit card. You suspended it there. Chiaga hikashi nji mwaga tola pe. Mwaga badela. Amana ndalumba. Had you left it there, na bwela kuno kwa America, tachita continue privately, the story I would have come to narrate today would have been a different story. But the problem, inabwela ya fikira, bakuti, bantu wamini wana kufuna obwela ni bambili. Nemo bantu wamini wana kufuna otandiza, benzeli bambili. You had $1 billion idea, which if that idea is so light, even up to now, bantu ngati mama bwela kuno, under Zambia kuchalo. You thought mulete ine, Benny, your maps, Kandeke, Kidisti, nandani wena ngwa moments of nakuleta. Those are the people I know. Ben because I'm a chika sis. Ine because in my panga vovra. Na ku fashion show kwanga. If you see the guest list of my fashion show, these are the people that were supposed to attend and come and support me from my country, Zambia. Na Bianca. Those were the people you were supposed to bring here to America. And with my invitation letter, magabeleha invitation letter yangu, kuli Bianca as a model. Then amamenango munasebenze saba mwape award kutibachite invite. It had nothing to do with me. Nothing. ina vamene nize kuchita ni kunkala chape pa machine panga kutunga ikafika time yoenda ku shooting a real click nangena na samba babwera kuntenga na nyamula vova taenda ta shooting ana bwera na bolonga pa machine knowing that nienda ku showcase ku fashion week for my life. I had no time kuti ningene mu WhatsApp group ya mimi mnapangaja nizimenyana na bena Beni nizisettingana na bena Sarafina nizishushana na bena yo maps nizishita bwanji. But the problem started the day 2 days before nikadibako enda ku visa interview. You called me by Ethel and I still call you by Ethel and that's why by Ethel. Olo munani tukana munachita famine munachita ilo hapa mubwerere video amene panga. You come back and do a reply and insult me. Hey makaona sinezo come back when nyankana chape pevene machita akwela aniyamba mwaona achita bwanji. It does not take away the fact that what you did was capricious, malicious and wrong on all angles. It was wrong. Very wrong. Very wrong. And the only one, Ethel, who ever forgive you, even as Mainga, I forgave you a long time ago because the nima una pa ubwino wa muntu, osati pa kuipa kwa muntu. Nima una ubwino wa mene wachita muntu. So kuli ine, Olobama Mugandi Tugilebuti, you should go out there and insult me, come back here, insult me, do all you want to do. It will never take away the fact that I am grateful for what you did. But I do not appreciate what you did after. And the only one who will forgive you is your Creator, because He's the one that made you come into my life. So when the day comes, God asks you, I gave you a ministry. I gave you a job to go and touch lives. Did you touch those lives and make them better? Or did you touch those lives and make them worse? That you answer to God. Not in mebope. Dimuntu bome. Munabuela. Baefeo. Wantumira phone. Why sunanuze kuti Sarafina ni cousin wako? Sarafina ntenga mwe wandu Mulungu si bruru wanga. Si cousin wanga. Nakukani lani waefeo. Si cousin wanga Sarafina. Amai family yao banali bangono, they were just a handful. Tai bruru wangu pe. Unama ungazina mabwanji kuti Sarafina ni bruru wako, ni Sarafina ni bruru wangu. Aniuza. Elo vamena anuza Sarafina. Nishikina ali sistema kambisana. I never told you kuti ali Saratumi na Diana phone before. You didn't know. So to come back and tell me, Sarafina niuza kuti iwe ukawenda ku America uzaka nchinjira zenu uzaka joinana ma forces na Alice to come and rise against me. Ndimo America muno. Alini mbuga tubala to joinana ma forces Alice Kerigo. Even when you came and insulted us both. Alili Manwangwa. Manvela. The person that made you hate me, Sarafina, what did she do to you, Ethel? The person who convinced you that umebo heligabotu, helimuntu ligabotu, walongu ligabotu, what did she do to you? And between Sarafina na Mainga, nindani wamene muna ruvyanya imwe Ethel. Who between the two was supposed to behave mwe? We live, we learn, we definitely learn from our mistakes. I hope you've learned from how you treated me. Mamana npangira Mulungu. It can take me 100 years. It can take me 500 years. But so long as you mistreat me, and I still have breath in me, gugusinsa gwalonja gubola gugusinsa lati unani chita voipa. Siapa. Lelo nabwela kukushini nani wame mnani kunichita voipa. Because nifuno moving on. You people have tormented me. Today I have come to speak my truth. You don't like the truth I'm speaking about you? Deal with God. Don't come and make noise here. Don't come and make replies. You could have behaved better. You had all the time to correct your mistakes. You had all the time to do better. 3 days before day yoenda kutenga visa, imobam efe umabwena mwachinja nzeru ine na vichoka kwa sinifuna. Second person who wants to help me changes their mind. Instead of complaining to God, what did I do? I went to my workplace. I'm on TV. Nafika. So throughout all this time, I had one designated Uber driver. Ukoma itima ikambati yango driver. Viola namziba kudala. Viola nali, she's like my mom. I call her mommy. And I was with her from the time when I enda kutenga motoka, apempa motoka kuli muntu, ambo isebenze sapa yangu, achita raise ndalama Viola pa yangu, agula motoka yake, ni kwelamu, ndini. Aenda kupasa muntu driver, kutazimu yenzera motoka, ita driver aenda kumusima shingila motoka, I was still her customer. We will still meet in prayer. Viola is a person that would be honest and tell you the truth. But because of the type of a person you are, when you convince your mind something, Ethel, when you tell your mind something, nobody can tell you otherwise. Naenda ku Diamond TV. Yafika time manje, nifunika tandizo. I need more money. I need hardcore money. Participation talipia nanga ticket kalibe kugula nanga kuja kuno kwa America nanga konkala kwa fikira. Nali kufunika ndalama. Nyama mimi naenda ku Diamond TV kuliba boss banga. MSP. Nafika MSP. Ba boss bananiuza chabesho nchimozi Mainga ule ba serious na nchito. Tawa ba serious na nchito. I don't know if you're going through a writer's block. One thing about me, I've got a photographic memory. I never forget. Ndimwana mujala. Wina neluba pe. Banuza, I don't know if you have a writer's block or there's something going on in your life. But you wanaleta munzako kuno kunchito kucha afuna kutandize muyambe program pamozi. Munzako uja behind your back came to this office, meaning Diana, came to this office and told us that she's not helping you go to America. So that program the two of you are recording, she wants to be the one running it. Kunchito kwanga, we munzanga, waenda kukambaso. And yet the reason Jamene Sinezo ended up in America was because you were boss. But futu wa mene wa futu wa enda kumbari wa ndoze wa boss at saa enda nama. Ni pase ni nchito yake ini. Why, Dana? Umankala. Sinu kuzonda, we spoke about it. We met here in America. We spoke about it. I told you. I forgave you. Finasi na nakushini na kudala na kuuza vemeni makuona. Nikakuona upangira uvarika bambia wako. Ni makutotera. Ukavarika mtale mwanza. Ni makutotera. Because he jisi jealousy. But the fact of the matter is. Pamela nale amba kutuka na Ethel. Pamela nale amba kukamba bwanji. Kunichita discredit. Kuti nilibe. Talent nilibe chani. Iwe Dana, knowing very well kuti you are one of the people. Amene muna chita spearhead kunibweza kumbuyo. You should have stood up and said, kweve kutalenti msakateko mleke. But wagali umwine because you are enjoying the insults Ethel was pouring on me. No, she's not a devil. She was just covering her tracks. When I came to America, I understood why she was unable to help me. Si devil. Isasa tebantu wa Zambia. Abetinkala kuno kwa America tidwana chintu chimozi. Tidwana matenda ya boza. Kuchita pretend. to be who we are not. That's what the problem was. She wasn't being honest. Kuyenda kuja ku Diamond TV bani muza ba boss. Kumbali. Nchito ya chani. Ya mana. I have rent to take care of. An invitation letter to go to America, which was processed by a person who easily gets angry. They wake up today, they are angry. Well, what it? I remember very well, there's pamile mwezeri kunituka mnakamba kuti nangala involved to Max Dentine na kutumira na kuza chani wafuza kuti house the car. That's the only thing you asked me. Tamwamba ulija nchobeni simu makamba cha change ba Ethel. Number one, pamile accident vano vina chitika chinakamba pa phone. WhatsApp doesn't show kuti apa panali voice call apa, or it shows a missed calls. If you miss a call, it will show. If you pick the call, pama chats, sizaoneka. I called you. I called you, Ethel. Mufuna nikalipo bwela kwa America. Shwa mgazi kusira pa steering muzipumula. Mwaya mumazichita so. And the reason jamena funsa kuti house the car was because mnanuza kuti nari motoka yawa ex-husband mali. That's why ninafunsa kuti house the car. Kavene bake wakamba po bwanji. But you came here kubwela kunionongera zina because of your hatred for Alice, who I wasn't even talking to, for my own genuine reasons. Wunde tugila, wunde jita Torment, kekala muno mu America tago yomwe emwenzu ne mulendo. Why? Na kwa mene kufashion kwa mene mnalipida 180 uko munaenda munani onongela zina munaba na mabaja bantu uya Mainga sasa bwera kuno kwa America, he's not coming, he just used your company to get a visa. Those people started harassing me. Ninali beko fikira kwa mene naenda kufikira everybody that helped me here in America. Ethel, you tormented for lies. A lie that even you deep down your heart you know to say, Nina ma. That's why nakuza nati forgiveness ine nakuchita kudara forgive Ethel. Ero ngati kuri muntu amene chimababa ngati mwamba kuzisevanya ndine, because I hold you in very high regard. Nimamvera munga ningabule na kupapani mkafunta, nimamvera munga ningabule na kupapani mkaamba vitavema matukana. I feel like I can come and hug you. Kambo oganji bwa habama. But that doesn't take away the right of me to say the truth. Vamene muna chitani voi paero wamena zaka kukurukirani ni mulungu eka. Njo wamene mufunika kusotinga na naevi. Because ine mwana wa Violet nilibe choipa na ime kumtima. Ine mwana wa Violet nilibe na ime choipa kumtima. Nilibe. Seriously, we muntu umauka every day uchita torment muntu saku yanka sunga dabo chwe samani yanka every day mwani na mizera uyo nishiwina ngonja chita login nifika. Anyway, why am I skipping the gun cash? 2 days before nashita discover kuti Diana no go agunchito gonse wachani oniona ndamba dear Lord ndachani mebo natumira ba Ethel phone ba Ethel nifunga kwenda ku embassy nilibe transport nanga kunchito I couldn't tell you kuti chito ya sila mzanga anaenda kunionongera vintu sininga kupasa ndalama ine unama ufuna chabe kunisebenzesa ufuna ndalama zanga ani ne muntu hey GC genuinely I don't have. That's how I called Viola. Mami, nibempako niziwa motoka. The day that Viola, after Uncle involved accident, driver work, motoka yake yaonongeka. Aenda kupempa motoka ya mtu wina ngo. Amena naye kumucharginga ndalama. Half of the money she used to make kuyenza motoka yao yo mtu naye kumupasa huyo. The first day, the first customer mu motoka muja analine kwenda for free kwenda ku embassy. Naenda kuja ku embassy. Nachoka muja balipasa visa because ninali qualified. I was genuinely invited here based off my talent. Nothing else. No favor, nothing. It was time. Balipasa visa yanga. Nachoka, the first person I called agagaleza wa magamo wa gujulu ulindi bwene. The first person I called was Ethel Edward Chisono. Ethel. Balipasa visa. Na kopa kajaka kona kajaka approved. The second person I called was La Maria, because La Maria and I used to meet in prayer. La Maria being mtu ambaye anaweza kutini wanzake wa Ethel Mainga fikira kunyumba kwanga. She called you Ethel with a good heart and a good intention. Ethel na tubombo mwana na senda visa. Just that phone call of Maria telling you, Ethel na tubombo mwana na senda visa. Oh girl, you were mad. You were so angry at me. You started calling. Nichoka nili motoka na Viola nichoka ku passport off kwa ma visa kuja. Ya unga uze panje bantu benango kutochoka visa nene kalibe kukamba njira nezo funika ni kambe wa uza bantu benango. Efe na uza bandani kubeba bantu mimi nauza ndimwe. Unga uze bandani. Unga chite pwanje baefe nauza bandani mimi nauza hapo. Unga chite pwanje store ina njira mimi nzali kufunika baefe uri bandani. Ndiapa mimi pana yambira baefe okuchita vao sinza kakutandiza na air tickets sinza kuguria na kungena mna America zuza kabwela uzaona. You started calling. You called baku embassy. Is it true mampasa visa? Baku yang, I don't know what they said, but you called baku embassy. From calling baku embassy, you called baku fashion week. Aku sewenze sani chabe uyu. You called me. Sisi yakanga. Nitumile yonse collection yako. Mama agusuma kungenesa nyereti mu machine suziba. Nitenge collection ya mena panga for 6 months. Rezofuni kwa chita showcase ma pieces yali 15 na panga ma pieces yali 30. Double the collection. Nipakinge ma suitcase nitumira muntu wamena nikali beku wana hapo. Wamena si designer. Sazi waviri voze pa vovala. Sininga kutumira ni vovala. Napo na luvyanya. Carol called you. Ethel. Munayamba bwino na Mainga. Nchancha mene chala kwa. You refused. You said you didn't want to have anything to do with me. And you were certain I was not going to come in America. But Maria called you. Ethel. Mainga wamena wakana kutandiza. Shua unga kane kutandiza muntu pamela tafika kuma last. Tafika kuma last kuno. Wampasa visa unga kane kumutandiza. Efe onaka na baefe omwagaga gamulamba handi kumugwa ya muntoyo megomoyo kwasia banuza kudala kuchitika akabwera kwa America babwera bajoine ma forces na alisa zibwera bazini menyane sana. I called you. There may not think a visa. I called you. Baefe nakula kwilani chadi de shwa mlungwanga ine bantu amela babwera kunitandiza. Why are they the ones that are betraying me? Nakula kuidani chani. I remember that voice note. Even when you were insulting me, I said, go back and listen to the voice note I sent you the day I got my visa, because in that voice note lies the truth. Nakula kuidani chani neba efe. Ni nari dana gona pansi ni punda mami mbona ni muone bantu famile bachita. Shua kungala mwana wa masile. I cried. Like a child, I cried. I wept. Ethel, you didn't want. You didn't want. You didn't want. All you used to do is every day call me, Ushita chani lero. nitunga nikachukua tunga nenda kupeleka, and I was very polite with you. I've never been rude. I've been more rude kuli bantu ba family bangu ame bananisunga wananisa me street than imwe ba Ethel. I've never been rude to you. But you are very rude and very mean over things that didn't happen. Tasiri za shooting a royal click. Nakuza tasiri za shooting a royal click and nyenda nanga air ticket wagula. Sini nagule nikalikuyesa kukamba na bantu. Nikalikuyesa. So hapa funa kuenda kuona mama Sampa. And like I knew, my heart told me, Zaki, sure, an issue as serious as this. Nje comment ameno ngabure kulemba kuchilila po boy. Really? Shame. Muziona mwe bantu time. Jimo bantu at the end of it mzambo kamba mainga sali bwino. But yet amene sali bwino ndimwe. Amene mulibe sense of occasion. This is a liberating moment in my life. I have been so quiet. I've never addressed this issue. Sit and watch. I've already noticed that you're here, you're watching. You don't have to comment and say, Lilapo boy. So njile chichiteshan, five drama, fumoneke kwa tibufi. Why? Nichoipa. Nichoipa. Vinango vitu mwankala. Mwatamba. It doesn't involve you. You are not there. Kamene vinari kuchitika. So keep quiet and watch. Uziona. Umachitamonga wanibala na iwe. Umachitamonga wanibala su muziba mainga. Uzin pasa. Mwantu muzi the same way I give you respect. Na ine muzini pasa ule. Not everything. This is real life. This is my real life story. I could have killed myself when I'm in America. If not for Antoine Bwela Kunitandiza Bazungu, I would have been a destitute. Because everybody that was helping me, Ethel was tormenting. So this is a very serious thing. Stop it. Anyway, Nilipat. Every day, you used to frustrate me by Ethel. Everything I told you, you used against me. Everything. Nganakuza ninyenda kutivwange. Ungaende bwanji kutivwange, bativwange onjamye bana kulipirira kuti wende katenge visa na lipira sinjini. Alipira sinjini. Uko kutuvanga amene uyenda funika wende okambe kuti wamena nilipirira ni Ethel. Ngasi wenda kukamba suzaenda kwa kutuvwange uko. Ethel, siwenda kunifunza question out ndana na kulipirira. Wenda kunifunza jane yanga in being royal clique and how mamene endela kwa America mamene enda kuchita. Time yani yoku kambani zakafika. But no. You came back. Manipulated the Tuvange story. Uko kutuvanga ufika kupasa ndalama. Yo maps anaka mbatamu chajinga 30,000 kwenda pa interview wewe wenda ku interview mahala. But Ethel, I used to do media. These people were people that were coming to me. Na ni watch video. That's the way media is. You scratch each other's back. No. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't. Because what you wanted was to use me. Kukumenya nisana na Alice. Uyo Alice wame mwana kufuna kuti nikumenya ni na Eve. Ni muntu wame sinari kukambisa na Eve. Reason wame sinari kukambisa na Eve. She didn't mean well in my life. Fact. Truth. I've been acting like a fool. Ni mankala zi. Ni ona muni chita upuba. Monse muchita bwanji. It doesn't mean it's ni ona. I am very, very intelligent. I spent 12 years in school, 2 years in college, 4 years in university. I'm literally a doctor in education. I don't ride on my emotions. I wait until my emotions die so that when I express myself, hebeji. Apita ivovatu vwange. You did the most, Ethel. Even before I left, even me leaving Zambia, I was running away from you. Niendese nifike kwa America. So that it's your nani. You and I had an arrangement. Mzabwera ku Zambia tikanyamuke pamoja tikapite ku Lusaka July na outfit yanu ya ku Lusaka July na Ethel. Nenze nina kupangilani. Mebo. Mkakumbukira Lusaka July ya green there was a girl wamena nani na pala wapala na one Black Panther. Anavala dress ya green. Ndine na mpangira hizo funiko vala ba Ethel. Mebo njana vala dress ya na mimi mnavala imu. Ya mimi mwezo funiko vala ku Lusaka July imwe. And if you're not going to wear it ku Lusaka July, you were supposed to wear it at my fashion show. But because behavior yanu mnai kunishita frustrate ndaga hiva abatabaga boli. You refused. You refused, but you came here on the internet and said, Mainga has betrayed me, has done this, and namuchitira so such tashani. Never told the truth. And because bantu baku Zambia, ni bantu wamene ba masunga tufukwa parantu. Ni bantu wamene bakonda kunama, ni bantu wamene bakonda kunamikizira bantu. Ni bantu wamene ba jealous. What did they do? Because balombi bagati kwanda kuti babwele kuno kwa America bakatiani. They got that narrative and the excitement of you insulting me and they shared it. All along. I came here in America. When I came in America, kunyumba kwa Maria pamene ninafika. Thank you. Family java mimi munachita kunisunga. Even when muntu musunga muntu. Anyone that helped me, you Ethel, you tormented. You insulted your Maria Raja, reminded them of death ya Maivao. In a very painful. Your friend chooses to help somebody that you were supposed to help. Wakana kumutandiza ujamuntu. Mzako wakwela kutia mutandizi. Waenda kumutukana ujamu. Kumutukani na kumozi na kumunzi. Kwa mena kutukani na kumozi na wamaivaki. Wamele bali mumanda. You think those people are going to keep me? You think those people are going to be happy with me? Nachokako kujakuliba Maria. Wena wini. Vanita na pasho yabo. Vena wini yabo wapanga enemies. Wayamba munipasa drama. Bantu wamene sifana nina mkongole. Bantu wamene sodali na iwe. Pamene tina kupanga na vandalama. Even the repayment agreement we had. You are the one that breached our contract. You are the one that was wrong. You. But you came and played victim. So now I'm in America. Wayamba kunichita torment. Mwayamba wese kunichita torment. Hey Mainga, 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 hey Mainga. Muche fukushi napanga video. Nati fire, 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 fire. Aibo. Wakati fire jancho beniwe. Munashita chani. Alice stenze kukambi sana. Now this is Alice's part now. Alice Roland Musukwa. Oh, chinaipa na kublockinga. Sorry, nezinaipa kukuchita unblock. Nizakuchita unblock nikasiriza wave. Uzaipeza pati yako. Nizakuchita unblock nikasiriza. Alice Roland Musukwa. Nizakuchita unblock so that ustambi weka bantu siwaza kuishimikira. Ulalitambila omuga mwini. Alice nenze kukuponda ngati wenze kuziwa love yanga pali yamene nenze nayo pali iwe. Na vamene umachita, na vamene unanichita kati si unachite. I held you in very high regard. And every day You have failed me as a friend. You have failed me as a human being. You failed me as a person. Iwe na inestenze kukambisana. Chinayambana vatuteka. Tayesa kukambisana ako pakati paja kushitaso tati vadayana. Wabutumida mena memo by my phone, mena memory. I couldn't do that whole conference call thingy. So we were not talking when I came to America. But the moment you saw Ethel insulting me, because that is the person you are, you pamene pali musokonezo, pamene pali voyambana, pamene pali chongo, umajoina. Giving Ethel ammunition. Kuti enenze right nakamba kuti bazaka bwera bakajoina nena Mainga. Vintu vamene sivina lili vintu vamene sina chite agree on. And you knew that vamene uchita, my replies vamene umuyanka Ethel, vose vamene uchita, umuchita trigger. And you still went on. Against my words, Ethel, Alice, muleke Ethel. Leave Ethel alone. Sanatandize iwe, anatandizaini. Muleke, leka kumuyanka. Did you listen? No. And the reason is that was part of your revenge for Mainga. I've said it. You plotted revenge against me for the fight we had at the couple before you came to America. All this time, we were trying to be friends, we were trying to talk, trying to do what? All this time, you thought I didn't know. Again, I said, you underestimate my intelligence. The doctor, mujigolo mego. 6 years, kekede, mujigolo. 2 years college, 4 years university, 6 years, badala. To become masters, do have 8 years. Mujigolo. Yenzeli revenge yako. Unali kuchita enjoy persecution yamina na kunichita Ethel, but unali kuchita pretend munga suchita enjoy. Na ole sa Ethel aba vinasalira ndani manje sindiwo amina master embarrass manje Ethel. Ngati unamuleka pamene paja pa number 1. Ngati vinafika konse kufika kwa mimi vinafika manje na Ethel. Ai, unabwerela mlife mwanga iwe with masquerading as a friend. Where do we start from? You knew nenze kunkala ko yeka yeka. Thank God for yeka yeka. You knew nenze kunkala ko yeka yeka. You and yeka yeka had a problem. It had nothing to do with me. Nina libeko fikila. Konso kamene nali kuyenda bena yeka yeka baja Ethel wa yopa. Konse pamene nali kuyenda baje bantu ndio meona nivulira do yao pamene sona kuyopa Ethel, but unayi kufuna kuleta msokonezo voyamba na video unnecessary pakati kabe na yeka naine kambaka kuti iwe na bena yeka mnawa yambana mamishuwa stikula. I opened up to you. I don't even open up to you. You came to me as a friend. Mainga, you are now in America, in the land of the free. Huh? Use this time. Tell your story. Come out. Be open. Proudly gay. Which I am. So tell I'm gay. But that doesn't make me an animal or enemy or muntoi. Abadi gay, but I celebrate such sex. That was me. I was waiting for the right person. You encouraged me. Mainga, come out. I came out. The same week I'm coming out, which was supposed to be the most beautiful moment of my life. What did you do? The same one who was in my ear, wabwera alive. Hey, Muzamba tabaka sumina magay, tabaka chitashani amagay. Nga unani kuzatu Muzamba tabaka sumina magay. Jine wachani wamina unachita encourage. Because you enjoy seeing me miserable. What a friend you are. What a friend you were. And the worst part is Ethel would come here every day. Every day. Hey, but that's my good friends. Hey, mama, very true. That I knew deep down my heart to say, oh, yunchamba chanchobeni. This is not a good friend. But I couldn't because nenze kukukonda. You couldn't see my love for you. Instead, all you saw was your plot for revenge. Alice. Wow. Eh? It's very easy to be homeless in America. I can be homeless, Mainga. I live lazy. 2 years. 2 years, I'm 6 months. And it's not easy to live in America. It's not easy to live in New York. It's not easy to live in Brooklyn. But in that Kalila, you had a chance as my friend. You had a chance as my friend to celebrate me as a designer, as an artist, the way I celebrate you as a model. But you preferred to use that chance. Kunama, no, to get to Ethel. No, I was going to have Miami Beach fashion. I'm a bikini get up and pangama gowns, the panga is sunny, hilahu. Boza. Yeka yeka. Mungo oni tandiza, but yet you are plotting my downfall. You're making sure that I am uncomfortable in America, so that nika uncomfortable no America ni choke ni bwerere kwatu ku Zambia. Muzisala muzika mbakuti awa wana opportunity mu America wanayi ononga. But benzeru. I made a choice. You, Alice, didn't stop talking to me, Mainga. I stopped talking to you, Mainga. I was tired of your lies, your manipulation, your pretentiousness. I was tired. And I'm still tired. But the reason Chamina napangira video iniziba udaba Mainga nakuchita chanjo from nowhere. Ya friendship yangu iwe ine na meoba. Ndiye amene yalengeza kuti ni bwere pa video ejo. Because ni ma setting yaja iwe unaenda ku Zambia. Amana sununda bola wamba ulaja nchobeni unaenda ku Zambia nishitareko kambi sana. Na ku blocking na kuza na let's try being friends again after 10 years. Because I am a setting where everything is a setup, a trap. Everything is a trap. And you did all those things for 2 reasons, Nakuza. Reason number 1, revenge. Number 2 was that ukabwele the social media ukamba kuti mwaona ine nali munzake nilali kumumenya nilala ndeo na Ethel nali kuchita so but onali famena ni chita satasha. Kali ndiyo narrative ya mmafuna kupasinga on pali ine. Sinili bwino, sinitasha. Yes. Those were your reasons for doing all these things you have done. God blessed you and gave you a chance. Akupasa mulungu mapepa yako watenga. I genuinely akumoya wangu mwana mujala mebo. One of a kind. I was so happy for you. Waenda ku Zambia kuja, what did you do? Unaenda kupezeka na bantu bamene banali kunkala plotting you against me. Alice ndiye bantu bamene unaenda kusubira na beve. Nkanda yatu number 1 Kabaso. Nkanda yatu is called nkanda yatu chifukwa cha vitenge ni VAP. Kabaso na kufuna onkala business partner wanga. Vinakanga kuti chichite merge. Ndiye mama analetera brand yake ya nkanda yatu. He has always been following me all the time. Mama nikonka. That's why that, and the worst part is that kaba so sama tunga no tunga saziva kutunga ama pasa bantu botunga. And it's okay because he brought about a healthy competition in the fashion world in Zambia. I didn't have a problem. Twagali banji. Tonoto suma or mpasa bantu bena wakutungirani isatis tungira teka. The fact is we are all designers, we're all improving the fashion sense in our country. You know very well. Kutuja kabaso sani konda. Banali banzanga. Bena innocent. Banaleka kunkana banzanga. After batate bafa. Bamba kusobera na Noah. Ndiye bamina unaenda kupanga banzako. Ku Zambia. Mwabwela na pa live. Mukamba mwapanga live. Mukamba no kamba. Abanje banzanga. Abambebe nzuma. Whose words? Mainga's words. Who are you tormenting? Mainga. Ndagagu chani because nakana sinifuna kamba. Nakana ni muntu sinifuna voyamba na mwe bantu wa mungu nalema kudi dragging ama issues amine sinifuna yankana ni reason ya mene hiyo mwenda munangana iti my friends na Alfred Chiliti ana ngasa utungana mzako Alfred Chiliti ndani sinji na mena kuza kuti Alice put your hatred for Diamond TV aside, that's a good place. Alfred uja aina ma connections akakutangize. No ga unkapa mena unaenda kuti mwende munkale pachapatebo mkale mzake wa Alfred. Unamuuza Alfred kuti Alfred uyo Mainga wamene sukonda ndiani uza kuti libwele nkale mzako. Did you say? No, you didn't. Why? It doesn't sit well with your brand. Truth doesn't sit well with your brand. Why ukambe change? Why umuchite promote Mainga? Why ukambe change? Why? Mwankala, really mwankala munibweza kumbuyo. For what? Wachoka for 6 months, 5 months later, you post a video of us. Why that iwe ndio wamena unali kuzambia kujokomea unali kudisetting. Even pamela unabwera kuno ku New York. You just couldn't come kuno ku New York and do your fashion week. It had to be my setting to prove a point to Mainga. And those in New York, who's in New York, let's do lunch. Bantu pa mabambo kukomenta pa Mainga ku New York, why sufu sa New Mainga. Kaba hi bantu kabotuku that tuli my friends. Why? Revenge. Kufuna kuchita revenge. Wachokapo wendo posting a video ya friendship yake. Kuni setting. Kuziuza kuti you own me. You can do whatever you want to do with my image whenever you want to do with it. You can wake up today, zapu me. No one cares. Tomorrow you come back, post me. Why? Why? Be honest with yourself. You don't like me. You never have. Friendship yatu inari one-sided. Ine njira menze kukukonda. Iwe swenze kunikonda. Wagadi kunjibere ha. And the sooner you admit that you are using me, the better. And the problem with the user and usee relationship is that the one who's being used will realize they're being used and they'll snap out of it. But the one who's using the other will be angry because the person they're using has snapped out of being used. Fact. Every day, bantu wanari kubwela baka ambapo ni my bad friends. Onari my bad friends. Hapa some examples ya vitu vamina umachita. Kaji ndijima. And the worst part is that people thought I was stupid. I wasn't seeing it. I was seeing it. Ni love chabe amena inayo kumunzanga. Deep down my heart, I prayed and hoped, oh God, let my friends change. Amwa sunu. You've never changed. You're still the same person. Umani settinga for no reason wa ukachabe walemba ma statuses yako na ku blocking iracha friendship some people you block them, you'd leave them out of your life. Who blocked who? Auntie? Who stopped being friends with who? Katwamba ulaga nchomeni. And the only reason I am doing this video is because I want to move on from Ethel. I want to move on from Alice. Ngati mufuna mzipwanya na mitu mzichitana bwanji. Do your own thing. Imanamba ba Ethel shamena kukambia pamwe mnaenda kuenda kusokotora kamile kunkana Alice mwangena mundeke pamwe mnaenda kukamba Vanora munaikamba Mainga. Because you feel entitled. You people do not respect privacy at all. Nifingati Alice, friendship mwatu. Nakutumira na like a crop top ku Fire Island. Nakutumira picture. That's a picture you wanted to post for the whole world to see so that they should make fun of me. How many times did you try? Nakuuza sinili pa social media sinifunda nili emotional chima ni baba. I'm not ready to face people. Did you respect that? No. Because the revenge you had at the back of your mind, it didn't sit with your revenge plans. Everything is a revenge for you. Everything you do ni revenge. Please, Chera, muchitira ni apologize Pino Alice. Mukakambe sorry na vutika na le mapapaka. Kambani sorry. Let me not pay for your sins anymore. Can you people apologize to her? Miss, mukachite apologize kuri Alice. Mukachite apologize Miss kuri Alice. Tinkaleko free muno mu America because it's still free. Bakalongana bakakumana whether ali ku Zambia uko bakakumana na Alfred Chibiliti. My name is Mainga. Akabwera kuno ku America Mainga. Sumalema. Tuze kuyambana na Ethel. Ethel was wrong for what she did to you, to me. Tuze kuyambana na Ethel, but Ethel looked like a friend more than you. Ethel looked more like a friend. Please, Jada. Privately, kakapena azakuzanchani. Mukamuchitire apologize uja muntu kankale happy foot. Because voice vamene muma munchita muntu amena mapeinga ndine. And the reason I've done this video, na bwela hapa, na bwela na chita na kamba voice. Mwenza na matime yani, you Alice pamene unali ku Zambia, pamene unali ku Konza, ine unali ku Miami. Unali unapo pamene unali ku Miami na lemba status yo ku setting ai. I was in your town. Unaniona na ku setting. Unaniona hapo. Unaniona hapo na bwela hapo. Unaniona hapo na bwela hapo pa Facebook na ku setting. But you were yours. And here's the thing. Usabiese kupanga reply. Ulile. I don't know what I did to them. I don't know. Usayese. Singine chipua. Antuani Mzambia ni bambili. Sininga bulo kamba po chabe pali mwe babili. The both of you. Vamene mu machita nvoipa. Muchinje. Mukule. Muleke. Stop wearing masks yama friendship. Stand up tall. Ndiwe mtaliwe. Stand up tall. Declare. Ndiwe enemy wanga menga sini kukonda. Kosa nama kuti ndiwe mzanga unikonda. Yati kumbali ndiwe mtu amene sufu na kunona nili happy. Ichocheve na lesa. Uleke. Mwamino unadekena kunyonka kumabili ya yako. Mwana kadeka kunyonka sabwerela. Kunyonka kufuti. Uleke kusebenza sa image yanga. Sinifuna. Leka. Friendship yatu yenzeli ya bwino maningi. Bati iwe. Ndiwa unonga friendship yatu. So uleke. Iwe. Ero palipe voipa famine na kamba. Sina kutukane, sina kuna mizile na kuza chabema facts. So kosa bwela hapa. Be very, the both of you, I'm warning you. Be very careful how you're going to handle this video. Mpofusika ambati nza kutema mwala. Nshizi hapa mene ya jaka. Ndamba. So, Ethel, I got no ill feelings towards you. But the fact is, you maliciously lied against me and things I didn't do or say. Wagalubiha. And I needed to say this. On the same medium you came to accuse me, I needed to come here and say, Unana amavame unachitan voipa. Without bwede hapa utukane mwakaona chani ile uzaona nizapela kunyumba kwako uzachoka mu America suza kankala wa moyo ndine mulungu ndine ninapanga chalo ndine nina. It will not take away the fact that what you did was wrong. Period. You were wrong. And the only one who will sort you out, Nile Safie. Tetinkwani she ine palwandi Nile Safie kafwa Kwasila mulungu deza bwela kukwanisa. You were Alice on the other end. Stop moving around pretending like in a nakuruvyanya, in I'm not a good friend, in a kofikira pankani. Did I tell you what Mainga did? Did I tell you what Mainga did? Did I tell you after what I did for him? Did I tell you what he did? Usazina makubeva me unanichitira. Kosa nama. Number 1. Number 2, kubeva me na kuchita. Iwe nduwa me unaruvyanya. Because unakufuna plotting tabwera kuno kwa America ese tivule new page tinkale kuno kwa America vaku America timuvinge on. Unali kufuna vaku dala vaku dekapo vamene na kuzirapo nje. All those things you were seeing, all that energy you are getting from Alice, because energy is currency. So in fact, all you ever saw a point in Wabolo Gun is like, but why would Alice much to behave so kuri Mainga? Yaga revenge badala ya. Mahiba surunda myambira. So you got your revenge. Vasila Amundilega Mwalikula mwenfumu Mwalikula yawe Mwalikulisha yawe Mwalikula yawe Ubukulu wenu. Nje nyimbo ya mile nilali kuimba inishinangala litunga. Vanse vamene munaona ni ma-sharing hapa, ma-posts, ma-chani, ma-fashion week amene machita. Ni vintu vamene ninapanga ku Zambia mulija 6 months amene nali kubona pa sitting room. If you are a dreamer like me, continue dreaming. People are going to come in your life. They will come. They will weigh you down. You need to understand that kuli bantu venangu. Mani monga bas. Akunyamula, akufikiza pa point A, akufikiza pa point B, waseruka waenda about your life. Suzankala umenya na basi, jakambaka uti mpando wa basi, uja ufuna wendeleo kunchito. Mpando uja uzausi ya mbasi, uja kuchiwina angu nae, akabwela katandi zikepu. Metaphor ya basi ya meni semenza, njeva Ethel. You are a vehicle that God used to move me from point A to point B. You had no time to start fighting with your passenger because you are just but a vehicle. Period. As for my former friend Alice, we had a good friendship, a very good, healthy friendship. But on all the stages in our friendship, you failed me. Dea mene unani luzinga ine Alice kunkala munzako. Grand finale ya Miss Universe ya mina na wina Didia. Ukamufunse Melba, ukamufunse na mimi. How much you broke me that day. On that note, bye. Amundilega ndijite enjoy life njinda belegera muno mu America. Mwahwa na bwela pano na ulemu. Sinatukanepo mwana wa Mungu.